Hey, it's Ayla. Hopefully, you guys can hear me better with these new videos. I got myself one of those cute little microphones because I realized my sound quality was trash. So, so where do we begin? So, this story is going to be um, part one of, we'll say, infinity for now, because I don't know how many of these will be. There's been so many paranormal experiences I've had growing up. So, this will be just part one of many stories. We'll start when I was 3 or 4 years old. I have a vivid memory of walking down the street in a like dark purplish velvet dress with like those little cute black Mary Janes, holding my grandmother's hand. And we are, we're headed towards a funeral home. My uncle, we'll call him Jerry, has passed away. And um, throughout the entirety, I see like all of my family members. We have like a massive family. So like I have like all of my cousins, all my aunts and uncles there. My aunt who, was his wife, she's my biological aunt and he's married into the family. Um, she was there with her daughter and their son mourning, his death. He had passed away due to a heart attack. I remember hearing that he had gotten into an altercation on the side of the road with somebody, and it had caused him to like pass away due to the heart attack. Um, let's see where else. This memory happened so long ago, and it's like not very often that I tell the story. Sorry. Um, I remember him being in the casket, and like everyone mourning him, lots of cards wishing his family well, and like, condolences and all that good stuff. And I remember they gave us these roses to put onto his casket, and I remember arguing with my grandmother, telling her that I wanted to keep the rose because I really liked the rose. And she had convinced me to give the rose to my Uncle Jerry because, well, Uncle Jerry would want to keep it for you and have something to remember you by. And so I agreed to put it on his casket as like a little 3, 4 year old me. And, we all went home and that was it. Fast forward to around like Easter, I think it was. We went to my aunt, we'll call her Aunt Barb. So Aunt Barb, how we went to her house because she was the one that always had like the Easter celebrations at her home. She had a really pretty house and like perfect backyard for like the Easter egg hunts, right? So we of course went there for our usual Easter about like 3 or 4 months later. And I was like in the living room and I saw Uncle Jerry. So I walk up to him, 3, 4 year old little me, and ask this man, "Why aren't you dead?" Full stop. And he immediately goes, like, "What do you mean, Ayla? I'm not dead. What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Well, are you a clone? Did they clone you?" Because my dad was into Star Wars at the time, so I had like the Clone Wars fresh in my mind and was like, hello, you died, we buried you. Was like very adamant with this man that like you're supposed to be in the ground. I was like, "Are you a ghost? Can other people see you?" And he was like adamant that no, I'm very much alive. And like even like, patted me on the head and everything to kind of show that he was like physically there. And fast forward to like maybe 10 minutes later, and I'm swarmed by like 7 women. Again, we have a massive family. Uh who were asking me 20 bajillion questions about like what did Uncle Jerry do to you. Aunt Barb is like panicking because one of her nieces is like so mad at her husband that like she wants him gone and in the ground, and like super misunderstanding of all things. And so I explained in my little 3, 4 year old voice, well, Uncle Jerry is not supposed to be here because we went to his funeral and we buried him, so he's supposed to be dead. And no one knew what I was talking about. This was my first massive experience with like visions and stuff, I guess. I honestly have no clue what this was. I don't know if it was that I temporarily was in an alternative universe or what happened. But the man was alive and well. No one knew what funeral I was talking about. I described everything that I, just described to you guys, like what color dress I was wearing. They were like, "You don't have that color dress. What are you talking about?" No one, like my grandmother, the person who was with me the entire time, did not know what I was talking about. She was like, "What rose? What funeral?" No one died. What are you talking about?" And so everyone just kinda, I think, chalked it up to me, like, having a nightmare or something, um, because it was never brought up again. And, like, I even brought it up to my dad one time, and he was like, "I don't remember that." And I was like, "You don't remember me being flocked by, like, all of my aunts?" Which granted, he may have been at work at the on this Easter. I generally don't remember because I was so young. But, like, that was one of my first experiences, in the paranormal, like, vicinity of things. It's a weird way to say that. But yeah, so that will be the end of the story. Follow along for more. I will try not to giggle as much this time or next time.